There are 246,000 people looking on the internet every month for how to make money online. And there are 175 million results on this topic. So why isn't everyone a billionaire? Well, the thing is, making money online sounds super sexy and glamorous and amazing and easy. And it's possible, and passive income is a magical thing when you can get it to work. But it does take work still. So if you're sitting here thinking, oh crap, she's not telling me how to make money overnight, I don't want to listen to this. Bye-bye then. But if you actually want to know how to generate real passive income and make it work for you and have this magical money flowing in when you're not actually working, you want to stay tuned for the rest of this video, because I understand that a lot of you watching are starting from scratch. And I understand that you're just trying to figure out how to make $1 online right now. And once you figure this out, it's really the first step to building that momentum of creating more wealth and more freedom in your life. And for me, one of my favorite quotes ever is, "Wealth is the ability to fully experience life," by Henry David Thoreau. And it couldn't be more true. So for me, wealth is obviously about money, but money is really just a vehicle for you to be able to enjoy your life and experience your life to the fullest. So we want to help you get to that place. And that's why I do what I do. And that's why I make videos like this. So if you're excited about this, if you're excited to dive into the passive income strategy, regardless of if you're starting from zero, you have no following, nothing, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to get notified every single time we post new videos, and let's dive in. The first key to understanding passive income and how it works and really what it is basically passive income is generating wealth and generating income while you're not actually working. And that's where the magic really comes in. And that sounds, again, like I said, amazing, but it does take work. And the real key to actually making this work for you is understanding what's going to give you that passive result. And so the best tool at your fingertips is what you're actually on right now. So YouTube and Google. Google is the biggest search engine in the world, #1 search engine in the world, and it owns YouTube, which is the second largest search engine in the world. And you want to think about it in the sense that people are always looking for something on YouTube and on Google. And so it doesn't matter what you're selling or what you're talking about, you have an audience at your fingertips. So you just have to figure out what it is that you want to focus on. So figuring out what kind of topics you want to touch on, what kind of content you want to create is the first step, really, because for example, with my channel, when I started talking about YouTube, I really didn't have any ideas around making programs, which we're going to talk about in a second, or making online courses, which is a part of passive income, but I wanted to figure out how to start making money. So when I really started in this, I actually started on the Amazon affiliate program, and that is a great first step and first option. And I have videos that are still generating passive income for me every single day because of that. I'm going to touch on that process in a second. But the reason that videos are still bringing in passive income for me from years ago is because they're evergreen content, and evergreen content is the key to passive income. So a video on the best cameras for YouTube that I made 4 years ago is still relevant because a lot of those cameras I talked about I still use. And so that video is getting found in search results every single day on YouTube, and the links in the description are all Amazon affiliate links. So every time someone goes to buy those cameras or something else on Amazon, I'm getting a percentage or an affiliate cut of that sale. So let's say that you really are passionate about cooking. You can start creating content, whether it's on a blog, because if it's on a blog, you're going to get picked up in the Google search results. And if it's on YouTube, you get picked up in the YouTube search results, and sometimes also in Google, which is amazing. And so that search traffic and the people that are finding your blog or your YouTube video, that's highly relevant to what they're looking for. They're qualified buyers right out of the gate. So let's say that you make a video on how to make the best banana bread. And the video on how to make the best banana bread, in that you talk about the ingredients that you use and the equipment that you're using. Is it called equipment? I don't bake, I don't know. But you talk about like the pans or something. And then you put a link to the pan and the ingredients in the description below. if people go and purchase those or anything else through that link, you're going to get a cut of the sale, and it starts to build momentum and starts to really rack up when you get a bunch of search traffic and you have that content ranking in the results. So that's really understanding the key is you have to create content that's going to live on forever, because when your content lives on forever and when that content can rank in search rankings and get a ton of traffic to it consistently over the years, every single day people will discover it. Every single day people will be buying through those links that you're mentioning below the video or below the blog, and you will get a little cut of that. So that's kind of step one, is creating evergreen content. You don't want to create content that's going to die tomorrow and that no one will care about tomorrow, because that's not going to allow you to generate that passive income for years to come. And it doesn't just have to be physical products. You can also be affiliates for tools or apps. You can be an affiliate for a lot of different things. So for my channel, it's hyper relevant for me to talk about tools that I use, i.e. TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy, you can see here that they're paying me close to $1,000 a month because I constantly am referring this tool, and I'm an affiliate for them because I believe in the product and I use it myself. And that's a big thing, is don't just become an affiliate for anything. You gotta actually try it and use it and know that it works so that people will trust you. That's another little tip. And then another perfect example of this is I talk about Flick, which is a really great tool for Instagram, and I mentioned it in this video on how I post to Instagram, and you can see that my affiliate payment for the last month was $1,000. So it's $2,000 passive income that I'm generating every month without doing anything outside of just putting a mention of that tool because I use it inside of my videos. So if you're using something and you believe in it wholeheartedly, this is a really great place to start making money online from absolute scratch and start racking up views, racking up people who are reading your content, watching your content, and are going to trust you enough to invest in those products. And again, it's that snowball effect. If it's one person today, but maybe it's 100 people, a year from now, and imagine how much income you could be generating from that. Now, the next thing and the next key to making passive income from scratch online is creating some sort of offer. So if you're in the space where you're selling information and you're selling education, similar to what we do in my business, and we focus particularly on leveraging YouTube to build a business, we have courses and we have online curriculums that we enroll people into, and we are generating sales for that all day, every day, passively. So the great thing about building online courses is that you build them and then they just continue to work for you. But here's the thing, they take a lot of work to build. And because it's becoming such a popular industry, there are a lot of people making courses, and the only way to stand out is to have the best possible course on that topic. So you want to make them the best. And every product and service that I make, I'm dedicated to making it the best in the business. And that's why I can generate passive income, because it's actually good. If my product sucked, no one would want to buy it. So when you make programs and offerings, that's really important. But before you make an online course, you can start generating revenue just by offering up services. So I have a friend who was really good at Instagram, and she knew exactly how to grow accounts really fast, and she knew how to get super targeted followings. And so she started just telling people that she could do their Instagram management for them. She got a couple clients, and within 3 months, she was at 10K months because she had so many clients that wanted to hire her for these services. So yes, she's still doing the work, but she had clients coming in because she was talking about how good she was at this and that she was actually offering it up as a service and allowing her to build the start of her business. So even if you don't have a course, you can still offer up your services regardless as an expert in a specific space. And the more targeted you are, the more people are going to be able to say, oh, that's the Instagram girl, or that's the YouTube girl, or that's the girl who has the cooking show, and I'm gonna buy all the products that she mentions. So that's where it kind of starts, is really getting known for one thing. And that's why I always talk about niching down to blow up. If you're trying to figure out your niche, you can check out this video where I go into detail the formula on how to do that. And speaking of formulas, if you're going to create a product or an offer around your expertise, the formula that we use and we teach our clients is pretty simple. It's taking people from zero to hero. So the zero state is basically like, what's their current pain, frustration? What do people really desire? What do they need? That's their zero state. And then the hero state is what's the outcome that you're trying to give your client? So for us in our Authority Accelerator program, let's take that for example. The zero state is that there's no visibility. These people are experts, but nobody knows about them yet. They have no offer, or their offer isn't working or selling and they're not able to monetize. They don't have an online course. They're trying to figure out how to build one, and their hero outcome is an automated, profitable business that works for them. And so that's what we create. And then we create a formula of steps for how to get them there, and we minus anything out that is not 100% necessary to getting them that outcome. So that's how you create a really popular and potent offer, is take people from zero to hero, create that transformation, and subtract anything that's not totally necessary to building a really potent formula for your offer. So we have the affiliate side of things, and then we have creating your own products and services. Now you can see our revenue in the last month from our own products and services is exponentially higher than our affiliate income. But I also understand that if you're starting from scratch, you want to really tap into things that you can start getting up and running, even if you don't have a big audience right now, or even if you have no idea what you want to create an offer or service around. You can start making money online just by doing something like affiliates right off the bat. And obviously, YouTube is an amazing platform for generating passive income. It's pretty crazy that we live in a day and age where I can make videos from my house and get paid to do it. So you can take a look at the affiliate income, or not affiliate income, YouTube AdSense income that I earned in the last month. And it's crazy because this is more than I made when I had my first job. So it's pretty awesome to see, and it's a pretty magical thing, but there are parameters in place that you have to meet. You have to get 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to do that faster, check out this video because I'll show you exactly how to do it. But the thing about YouTube is AdSense is great, and it's gonna start bringing in passive income literally from the time that you put in to making your videos. That's gonna generate revenue for you for years and years and years to come. And each video is gonna work as a little machine to bring in some AdSense revenue for you, which is amazing. But if you're not at that place where you've hit the 4,000 hours of watch time or 1,000 subscribers, again, affiliate marketing is the easiest and best place to start generating revenue and income online. Now, with YouTube, if you really want to ramp it up and you really want to attract revenue, even if you don't have those parameters in place, if you do have an offer or service to sell, make your content as targeted as possible. So the example of the person who was an expert at Instagram and started selling her services to manage other people's Instagram accounts, and then actually outsourced it. So she wasn't having to do the work herself, but she taught people how to do it for her. So she really wasn't working that much and people were just doing the work for her. She made content, she was blogging, but she made content that was hyper relevant to Instagram management. So then when people were reading that, they're like, okay, this is cool, I understand how to manage Instagram, but I really want someone to just do it for me. And then they would go and they would hire her. So same thing on YouTube, same thing on blogging. Making your content hyper relevant to what it is that you ultimately want to sell is going to turn one viewer, one follower, one viewer, one follower into one customer, one subscriber on YouTube into one customer. So you want to have a high conversion rate from your content, and the only way to do that is to be really specific about what you're talking about and make sure what you're talking about directly relates to what it is that you're selling. Similar to the example I gave with the affiliate marketing, if you have a cooking channel, make sure you're only selling products that have to do with cooking, because that makes it relevant, and that means the audience who's watching is definitely going to want to buy. Now, the next way to generate passive income is to sell social space. And you don't have to be a huge influencer to start generating revenue from your social platforms. The very first dollar I ever earned online actually came from me selling ad space on my blog, and it was $500, and I was so excited. So you can still do that. That was like 10 years ago, but you can still do that today, and you can do it for Instagram, your Instagram stories, you can do it on your blog, you can do it on YouTube, and just start selling space and selling mentions. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be making millions of dollars, but you definitely can generate revenue. And again, the more targeted your audience, well, I got really Canadian there, the more targeted audience you have, the more people are going to want to sponsor you or pay for space on Instagram feed, on Instagram stories, etc., because they know that your audience is hyper interested in what you're talking about. We actually had a client land a $3,000 brand deal with less than 400 subscribers on YouTube, and she actually does have a cooking channel. And it's because the brand was like, well, I know your audience is so hyper relevant to what we are selling, and it was a cooking company, that we're happy to pay you $3,000 for it. So that's a prime example. You don't have to have a ton of subscribers in order to make this work for you. So selling social space is an easy way to generate passive income as well. Now to kind of wrap this up slightly, don't go anywhere because there's still lots of good information right now, and hit subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Make sure that you understand that diversification is key. When you're starting to build a business, or even if you just want to be making some money online, diversify. And this is what any big investor in the world will ever tell you. Some of the smartest people with money in the entire world will tell you, gotta diversify. So when I say that, it means that you're bringing in revenue from a bunch of different sources, so that if one of them dies, you still have money coming in from other places. So watch this video on how much YouTube pays me for the full breakdown on how I generate revenue from my YouTube channel. It'll break it all down for you. And don't be a slave to vanity metrics, because vanity metrics are not an indicator at all of how much revenue you can make online. Like I said, 400 subscribers, $3,000 in revenue. So you can do really well online, but it doesn't matter how many people are following you. It matters how quality the people are that are following you and how targeted they are. That makes you valuable. That makes you someone that companies really want to sponsor. And if you're talking about too many broad topics, then sponsors don't know what they're actually going to be paying you for. So it makes it harder for you to get in that sort of social space and selling social space. And more than anything, figure out what's your first goal. Break it down into small goals. If you want to make $100 this month passively, how are you going to do that? So just start breaking it up and start figuring out what you can talk about or what you can potentially sell. Just make that your first goal. And you can write it down in terms of like, okay, if I sell one Instagram feed post, then how much can I charge for that? Or if I start doing videos on this topic and have affiliate links, how much will I realistically make from that? And actually write it out. The more you know and the more you can see like the graph of, okay, I need to sell 3 units in order to make X amount of dollars, then you know what you need to be doing, and that becomes your little business plan to start bringing in this passive income. So make sure you check out these videos on the best online business plan for 2020 and this video on how much YouTube pays me to really dial all of this in. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified every single time we post a new video, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this and you got something out of it, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.